Hey guys, and welcome back to another edition of our Road to the Playoffs schedule review videos. Today we're doing the Lynx, and I'm joined by Kale. And the Lynx representative today is Anthony Nussbaum, is with us. Anthony, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. All right, so let's just jump right into it. The first game at 1:30 is the Lynx versus the Wrecking Crew. So. This is kind of interesting because we still don't know very much about the Wrecking Crew. We think that they're going to be, we think they're going to be pretty good.
I think they're
at
kind of
least.
like the Bambinos.
Yeah. But I still think that the Lynx are a better team. I know that they have good pitching and good hitting and good fielding, so I'm going to take the Lynx, but I actually think that it's going to be kind of a close game.
I think it's a little bit of a scary game for the Lynx because I think you need to go 2-1 to make the postseason in the American Conference.
Yeah.
And if they were to drop one to this Wrecking Crew team who could come out and be really good, we don't know. It's just then you'd have to go 2-0, and we're going to get to. They have to play the Express later on.
Yeah.
That's going to be a tough game.
So it's kind of a must-win almost.
I would say it's a must-win, yes. Unless we find out that the Wrecking Crew are like very, very good, and then you're like, okay, well maybe they weren't. But
yeah,
for now, yes, the must-win this game. Anthony.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, their very first game of JL is going to be against the number 2 player in Jordan pitching. I mean, obviously I'm going to be biased, but I'm not sweating it.
He's got a point.
That's true.
That's a tough first game for them to come out and play.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you even saw in the Bambinos, who are a pretty good team, in their first game, they didn't do too hot either. Granted, they play the Express, but still, the first game, just getting used to it, getting used to pitching and the length. And so I still think the Lynx are going to win, but I think it'll be a pretty good game.
I think there's definitely a level of fear on both sides, though. If there is for the Lynx I just talked about, coming in, it's like you're taking on the Lynx in your first game. That's,
Yeah.
But we'll get to that when we do that.
It's a very good matchup for both teams' first game of the tournament, too.
Very interesting. All right, who they got next?
All right, next up is a game they should win, and it's against the underdogs. We've talked about the underdogs a lot on the show, and I just think that the Lynx are just a lot better team. They're pitching. I think they blow them out by 5 or more. They might even 10 run them.
Anthony, can you correct me if I'm wrong here? You guys played the underdogs in the last tournament, and you pitched that whole game, right?
Well, I think I pitched the first 2 innings, and I kept walking people, so they switched it back to Jordan.
Right, but it was you because you guys had already clinched playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was the game. And I think the underdogs actually beat you guys in that game, right?
Yeah.
But they were 2-0, and it was just it wasn't it was a meaningless game for them, so they didn't care.
It's the rest Jordan game.
Yeah, but the underdogs are a much different team this tournament, too.
They are, but they aren't. Because there's still going to be the same pitcher that was pitching majority of the time for them last time, and there's still Tyranny. Really, though, they're different offensively.
Yeah.
But not defensively.
I don't know. We'll see. I still think it's going to be a blowout. What's your score prediction?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a blowout. Did we give a score prediction for the first one?
No, I just said 5 or more for this game.
For this one, I'll say that the Lynx will win by 3 or 4, because the Lynx don't put up a lot of. They're a defensive team. They don't blow teams out. They win a lot of games, but they never just crush teams. Anthony, what do you think?
I agree. I mean, we're definitely not an offensive team. Clearly you saw my offense wasn't there, but no, I mean we have Steven on defense and Jordan pitching, so we won't score a whole lot of runs, but we're still gonna win games.
All right, who they got? Oh,
Last game, yeah, we put a post out about this. Their last game is against the Express. Now the last time they played them was in the conference finals. The Express had them, the Lynx had them. They should have. I think they should have won. And they lost it at the end. The Express went on to win. This is going to be a very good game, I think. And I think it's actually going to be really close. I still think the Express are going to edge them out. But I think it'll be close, and I think it'll be a hard fought.
I'm really hoping both these two teams go into it 2-0, so that it's for first place, it's for the bye, the stakes just feel even more amped up. I know you guys, Anthony, you felt kind of jaded when you got shafted on the opening game and it was given to the Bambinos to play the Express. You guys felt like you should have been given it. And then
now that I think about it, it kind of makes sense to make that the marquee matchup, Game 3, because it is, in my opinion, the top two teams in the entire JL. Sorry, Kale. But, I talked to Jordan a little bit about it, too, and we both kind of felt shunned a little bit, but it all makes it better now. Because, we're going to win Game 3.
More build up to it now that it's Game 3.
It's just, I think they're going to play each other again in the conference finals.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be like right before that.
Yeah.
They're going to be eyeing each other the whole tournament, building up that game.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Do you have a winner?
Well, I think the Express are going to win. The better team.
Do you think it'll be close, or do you think it'll be?
No, I think it'll be close.
Yeah.
I think it'll be close for sure. I think this is the best game of the tournament.
Oh yeah.
It's not close either.
Yeah.
The 1 and 2 teams going up against each other. Yeah, I think Express probably win by. I think they win a little more handily than they did the last time.
Yeah, like 2
or 3.
Yeah, that's probably where I was going to. What do you think? What do you think, Anthony?
Lynn kind of hit the nail on the head with her quote. I mean, you can't beat one team, the best team, one time and be considered elite. I mean, if they beat us twice, they'll have my respect. But until they do that, I'm 100% confident in Jordan's pitching abilities and Steven's fielding abilities. And I'm not going to guarantee anything, but I think we're going to come out with a W.
Now, more than anything, I want this matchup to turn into a rivalry. Because this could be a really good rivalry in this league.
Yeah.
But it can't be a rivalry unless the Lynx win.
Yeah.
And they're in all likelihood going to have 2 chances at it this tournament. You can't lose 3 in a row to the team and have never beaten them before and have us talk about it, right? So they got to do it once, whether it's in the playoffs, which we're going to get to in a second, or in this game. If they do it once, then I'm calling it a rivalry, and I'm going to get really excited about it.
Okay.
Let's move on to the playoffs.
Playoffs. So we both think that the Express would be the 1 seed then, and they will get the bye. So then the Lynx would play the 3 seed, who would be.
Well, it could be a lot of different. That conference is good, top to bottom.
Yeah. We think it'll probably be the Bambinos.
That's what I would pick if I was just.
But it could be the Wrecking Crew.
It could even be the Fog if Lucas Myers plays, and I know you're not believing in the Fog for good reason, but I'm just if he plays and he's good, he could sneak in there.
Which team do you think gives them the best competition?
The biggest trouble?
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to say because we don't know anything about the Wrecking Crew yet. How bad did you guys beat the Bambinos last tournament when you played them out? Remember?
I think it was by 4 or more. I don't remember the exact number, but I don't think it was very close.
4 or more.
I don't remember exactly. I still think it'd be the Bambinos who give them the best competition.
Yeah.
I just think they have the best pitching and hitting combination. That you kind of have to.
Especially if the Bambinos get to the playoffs, they're going to be amped.
Yeah.
Because they've really been pushing to get there. They're gonna get really up.
They were practicing last week, so.
Anthony, which team do the Bambinos? I don't know how to phrase this.
Which team concerns you more? Which team concerns you more? Or
I go with the Bambinos just because I know. I don't understand how the Fog won the championship after watching him in the first tournament. And like you said, we don't know anything about the Wrecking Crew. They could come out and just completely destroy everybody, or they could just, be a flop. But yeah, the Bambinos, they definitely seem like they are up and coming. Definitely makes our conference even tougher.
All right, now let's go to the conference final, which we really hope is again Express Lynx. That's what we're eyeing out in advance here. something tells me it won't end up happening for whatever reason because it's sports and it'll just go that way where it won't actually. But let's say it is.
Yeah.
Does the winner of that game win the championship? Is that game more to you, the Chicken Dinner Cup, if it's those two teams in the American Conference Finals than the actual Chicken Dinner Cup will be?
No. They might be the best two teams, but I don't think that would simulate the cup more, the championship game more, because
it kind of was last time.
Not really. I mean, it's not. But the Cobras and the Rapids are still good enough to beat either of those two teams.
Not
any given game.
The Express? I don't know about the Express.
I think
maybe
so.
The Lynx. If it's Lynx versus one of those two, it's going to be a really good game, I think.
Yeah. But I still think one of those two teams could beat the Lynx or the Express.
Okay, I got a question for Anthony. What game do you think your team has a better chance to beat the Express in? The Game 3 that you're playing, or if you played them in the playoffs?
That's tough. Rob, I have to think about that one. I say the conference finals, just because, I mean, the adrenaline's flowing. Even I personally seem to do better under pressure. I know Jordan's a hell of a competitor too. It's kind of like, I don't know, that must-win game. And it'd be a lot sweeter beating him when it really counted.
I don't know if you agree. I agree, because I think in that game there's more pressure on the Express to win. You know, they'd most likely be on that winning streak. They'd be expected to win it again,
Yeah,
even though they already are.
is that game against the Lynx in the regular season, I think the Express are going to get up for that game, just because that's going to be for the win streak record. Assuming
that's why I'm saying I think they have a better chance of winning in the conference finals if they meet.
Okay. I'm saying, like, I don't see a scenario in which they play the Lynx where it's just kind of like a boring game for the Express. Like, they're going to have something with it on the line. If they were playing the Lynx in, like, game 1, or not game, maybe, like, when there wasn't a win streak, it was just a normal regular season game or something, then it'd kind of be like, well, yeah, they're good, but this is a regular season where, you know, there'd be reason to just, like, kind of...
I don't either. I just think there would be more pressure in the conference finals.
All right, I gotta ask you final, like...
Me?
Yeah, well, we can ask Anthony 2 questions. He's kind of got more skin in the game to answer this question, though, so I don't know if it's really a question for him necessarily, but let's say they're going to play twice in this tournament, the Lynx and the Express.
Mm-hmm.
What % chance do the Express have of winning both games?
The Express?
Yes.
What % chance do they have of winning both games? I'd say pretty good. Over 50, probably around 60.
60%? I'd go higher.
Maybe more, but
I go in the like 80.
I think the Lynx will get one of them, but I still think that the Express have the better odds in both games.
Okay, Anthony, you gonna go below that? I assume because you're on the team.
Yeah, I'm fair. I'm confident that we'll get both of them.
Okay, what are the chances? So you think the best odds are that they split?
Yeah, and the chances that the Lynx win both?
That's what I was gonna ask last.
Under 10.
I was going to ask if there's any chance that the Lynx get both.
Almost none.
If they play twice.
What about you? I mean, I'm sure Anthony thinks it's higher, too.
Could you guys beat them twice? Is there any chance at all you could beat them twice?
I think there's definitely a chance. I'm not going to, sit here and say that the Express are, beneath us by any means. I mean, they're a hell of a team, but I think we're better. I think top to bottom, I think we're better.
That's a good attitude to have.
Okay, what sort of adjustment do you think because they're not going to forget that you guys almost beat them in that conference finals. They're going to make an adjustment when they come out and see you in this next tournament. What kind of counter adjustment to their adjustment, if you're thinking that far out, if you're following me, are you like coming up within your head, if that makes sense at all?
Well, the way I see it is they saw Jordan on one of his, and not even off games, just not one of his better games that he threw. Jordan's the type of guy, I don't know him super well, but I've seen him play. He's not gonna
Like, he's going to take that to heart. It's the competitiveness in him. He's going to make sure that he throws his best game against him, and I don't think they touch him. And then us, one of the biggest things is we never saw somebody throwing a wiffle ball that hard. But it's easy to make an adjustment. It's just as hard during the game.
Yeah. Do you think with the Express making their adjustment after that game, do you think that... See, I think the Lynx have a better chance to win the second game because I think the Express are going to... I think Kyle's going to throw a lot more rise balls. He didn't throw rise balls. Well, not as many as he threw against Cobras.
Yeah.
Harder pitch to hit. I think you're going to throw a lot more of those at him.
Yeah.
So I think the Lynx are going to have a hard time adjusting to that, and then once they get adjusted to it after that first game, if they play each other again in the playoffs, they'll have a better chance of beating them. That's fine.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I hope they play again in the playoffs. I really
it'll be a good game.
All right.
Okay, is that it?
I think that
is it. Thanks, Anthony, for joining us.
Yep, thanks for having me.
Yeah, and that is it for our schedule review. We will have more coming out sometime. So keep an eye out for those, and see you later.